see us? And I see us, and we're going to wave and smile because we're starting to stream. We're on Facebook, Patty. We are on LinkedIn, and we're waiting for, come on, YouTube, you can do it. Here we go. Let's get the music started, and we're going to dance. Happy pre-Thanksgiving, everybody in the US or wherever you are. Look who I've got with me today. She's over there. Happy birthday. She's got a birthday to announce. Yeah, wave. I see you waving. Shine. Smile. I just love that music. Thank you to the Suno Orchestra. Sorry to stop you so abruptly. I'm Bonnie D, and I'm here with just a beautiful, smart, talented, interesting lady. She's an author. She has a career besides that, and she has an announcement to make. I'm welcoming Patti Lee, Lee. That's how you're going to find her. Patti, welcome. How are you today?
I'm good, Bonnie. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And today, November 26th, is my son Teddy's birthday. So I said I got to do the show on November 26th. So I can give a shout
Absolutely. Let's get a cheer for Teddy.
Yeah, for Teddy.
Let me get that louder. There we go. Yay! Happy birthday, Teddy. Okay, good. We'll tell him that Aunt Bonnie says happy birthday.
I'll let him
Okay.
know.
Patty, I said wonderful things about you, but I didn't say specifically what you do. Why don't you just briefly tell everybody who you are and what you're all about? Go ahead.
Sure. So in my 9 to 5 work, I lead a statewide nonprofit, and that's a full-time job. And then in my off time, I am an author, and I have written a couple of books. My first book is between February and November, women's contemporary fiction. And then I have another one that's with my publisher, Rock Hill Publishing, that I'm hoping it's will come out hopefully in 2026. And that is called Tanya, We Have a Problem.
And Rock Hill Publishing is James L. Hill, and he was my guest yesterday. And I know you watched the show. James, we're doing a shout out to you. You were great. He is so much fun. He said he might even agree to publish my book if I ever get around to finishing it. So there.
Exciting.
Okay, let's do this. I'm going to start with a little bit of a poem and then we'll kick it off. Pop the confetti, light the candles fast. I told you to keep them away from the computer. It's happy birthday to you, and Patty's son, and we hope it's a blast. Bonnie D on her scarlet mic and beautiful co-host Patti L2, dishing celebration gold with a fun point of view. Patti, I couldn't say POV because it doesn't rhyme with two, so it's fully point of view. From icons on the screen to social stars who soar. Yes, they do. We'll share what they're known for and some of their pre-fame lore. That's history if you don't know the word. Wacky holidays you never knew about till we tell you today, plus music milestones. They're headed right your way. We've got candles and sparklers in the other room. Frosting on the cake, a delicious recipe only Patti and I could bake. So buckle up, darlings. A fun show's in store. HB2U is lighting up November 26th with glam, with BAM, and with more. So let's get started with our events in music history. We'll take turns reading them. And Patti, feel free to comment on anything you know, you love, you don't love so much. Let's make this a good conversation. Okay, we're going way back in time, before any of us. 1942, Casablanca, a movie, famous, iconic, now classic, starring Humphrey Bogart, called Bogey at the time, and beautiful Ingrid Bergman, premiered at the Hollywood Theater in New York City. It was a World War II era romance, and it revived, the reason it's in the music history, Patti, is it revived the love song As Time Goes By, and inspired a hit by Al Stewart, Year of the Cat. So you must know the movie Casablanca, yes?
I have heard, I think I've seen it when I was younger. But as time goes by, I feel like I should know that, but I do not. And now I feel bad. But I think I have heard Year of the Cat.
You,
So
you have to listen to As Time Goes By. It's just absolutely gorgeous. You've got the next
yeah.
one. What you got?
In 1955, Bill Haley's song Rock Around the Clock became the first rock and roll record to hit #1 in the UK, thanks to its inclusion in the movie Blackboard Jungle. I, however, know Rock Around the Clock from Happy Days, right? Isn't
I
that
think
rock?
so. 1 o'clock, one, two, da, da,
Yeah,
da, 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 da.
same
Rock,
song.
Yeah, I think it was the theme song. Yeah, Rock Around the Clock. And we have something else about Happy Days later on in the show. One of the holidays has something to do with it. I think it
Yep.
was 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock, 5 o'clock,
Yes.
6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, clock, 8 o'clock, da 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 da. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. I just murdered that. Thank you, Bill Haley. Same day, November 26, 1955. You probably don't remember this, but I heard about it. Tennessee Ernie Ford had a song called 16 Tons. It hit number one in the US for the first of 8 weeks, and it's about being a company, I'll just say company man. Back in the days, those were the people who worked with 16 tons, and what do you get?
Yeah.
Another
Another
day
year
older
older.
and deeper in debt. St.
Yeah.
Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
Yep. Yes.
I got all wound up. You've got the next one. Rescue me here, Patty.
Everybody knows 16 tons. So
Okay,
in
good.
November 26, 1964, the Zombies record, Tell Her No. I don't know that I have heard of that one either.
Tell her no, no, no,
Oh,
no, no. You know
yes,
it.
I
Yeah.
do know it. I do
Yeah.
know it. Right.
They re
I didn't know it was the Zombies.
they recorded it. I don't have any more information here. I should have found out what they did with it if it made number one. I think it did. I had another item about the zombies yesterday. Let's go to 67. The Beatles. They're supposed to be on the Ed Sullivan Show in New York, but they can't go for some reason. So they're on celluloid. That's called film. They post a promotional film, which was an early music video for Hello Goodbye, and Ed Sullivan played it on the show. So they almost got there. I know they were on his show many times. And Patty, my grandma, one of my grandmas, they're both named Rose, used to call up and she'd say, "Quick, girls, turn on CBS." She called him Ed Solomon. She wouldn't say Sullivan. Ed Solomon is on. And these four boys with long hair, they're wearing wigs. Turn them on now. And then she'd hang up.
And did you turn it on?
Of course we did. Of course we did. She was into Beatlemania, but she was sure they were wearing wigs.
Yeah, because boys didn't have their hair long.
Not in those days. They
Not in
didn't.
those
Yeah.
days. No. And on this day in 1980, the movie Rock Show, which is a documentary of Paul McCartney's 1976 Wings Over America tour, premiered in New York.
Oh, the Beatles were still big in 1980 and 1997. We are jumping all over the place today. The day after Garth Brooks' album Sevens is released, this was amazing. 12 of the 14 songs are hits on the country singles chart. That is unusual, but he set the record before with his album Fresh Horses when 8 tracks made the chart. Typically, I'm not a big documentarian on this, Patty, but typically you'll hear the lead track, the opening single on the album made a particular chart, the Hot 100, the country music, whatever it was. But 12 of 14, I hadn't heard of that before. So
Amazing.
congratulations, Garth
Yeah.
Brooks. That was, yeah.
Garth Brooks was really, really, we were wicked big into Garth Brooks back in the
Oh
night.
my. Okay, good.
Moving on to 2001, Elton John, Cher, and Donny Osmond. Oh my gosh, bringing me back to my teenage days with Donny Osmond perform at the Queen's Royal Command performance in London. Oh my gosh, how I loved Donny Osmond. Donny and Marie, the Donny and Marie show. Love that.
Yes, absolutely. She's still around doing stuff. I don't know what happened to him, but she's made herself over so many times it's hard to keep up with her
Yeah.
new look. We'll just leave that one alone. And speaking of Elton John, that same day, it must have been pre-recorded, he appeared on the show Ally McBeal in the episode titled I Want Love. So Elton John was certainly all over the place. And you've got one more for us. What you got?
I do, but it's just so fun to see like the celebrities that you don't like you would normally see on TV be on
Yeah.
TV and in a TV show. So interesting.
Yep.
On November 26th in 2008, Atlantic Records becomes the first major label whose digital sales have surpassed its CD sales.
What?
Downloads of music and ringtones now account for more than half of Atlantic's US sales. That's in 2008. Wow.
Do you remember when people were downloading ringtones and paying for them, Patty?
I do. And now you can get whatever you want. Yeah. I mean,
I
they
know.
paved the way.
They did, and well, we know you just take your phone and you put it on record app and you hold it up to your computer and you play something and there it is, and there it's yours, good, bad, or not. Okay, let's move on. We have celebrity birthdays now. I don't know if everybody knows who these people are, but there were not a lot of well-known celebrities born today, other than your son, of course. So I found an actress. She is one of my favorites. You don't see her in a lot, but she's been enough that I think people might know her name, Jessica Camacho. She's 43 today. She's known for her lead roles as FBI agent Sophie Foster on the third season of the Fox supernatural drama series Sleepy Hollow, which was 2015 to 16. She also played, this is where I know her from, social worker Emily Lopez on the legal drama All Rise 2019 to 2023. I was a big fan of that, and I was really unhappy when they discontinued the series. She played Santana on the second season of the NBC action thriller. You can tell what kind of show she likes, Taken in 2018. She was DEA Special Agent Amber Oliveras on the Prime Video crime series Countdown this year. So I think I can find her again. She had recurring roles as Gypsy on the CW superhero series The Flash. She played Pilar Cortez on the military drama series Last Resort way back in 2012. And she was Jade Quinn, aka Janice Morell, on Bosch Legacy. What a show in 2023. Are you familiar with Jessica Camacho at all?
I think I know her from Bosch. I love that show.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
amazing. I was sorry it went away. I stopped watching it. I don't think I watched all of Legacy, but I was really binging on the rest of Bosch. Did you enjoy that series?
I did. Yeah. I thought that was the first couple. I was just like, I don't know if I can do this. But then once you get hooked, you get hooked. Yeah, that's,
Yeah, a lot of creepy stuff, the way they had flashbacks and people coming in, and so much of it was in the dark too.
yeah. Well, it's got to
But
set the mood.
his house, Bosch's house up on the hills of Hollywood overlooking and the
Huge.
lights and all that,
I
it was quite something. And his
know.
daughter, the last I left it, his daughter she was a cop and she was napped, shall we
Yeah.
say. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
where I left it. That was pretty difficult. You've got the next one. Everybody will know this one.
Everybody knows DJ Khalid. He is 50, American DJ and record producer. Originally a Miami based radio personality, he enlists high profile music artists to perform together in high energy productions on singles and albums, often serving as the producer and hype man.
Woo.
Known as the Anthem King with his booming voice presence, motivational abstractions, maximalist production style, and numerous catchphrases. No kidding. In 2017, he had a number one hit with I'm the One, which features Justin Bieber, Quavo, Chance the Rapper, and Lil Wayne. A lot of big names there.
Yep.
Outside of music, he is the author of the 2016 New York Times bestseller book, The Keys, a collection of stories from his life combined with motivational and philosophical lessons on success. He acted in films like Bad Boys for Life and the sequel Bad Boys Ride or Die, and had a voice role in the animated film Spies in Disguise. Like, he's a busy, busy man.
He is. And that's interesting. Being a DJ and writing the book. I guess everybody wants to write a motivational book at some point in time. If I did, nobody would listen to it. I just get to try and motivate people on my shows. Thank you for that, Patty. And let's go to, I found this one, and a lot of people won't know her name, but you'll know what she's famous for. Kristen Bauer Van Straten. That was her name at the time. She's 59 years old today. Beautiful blonde TV actress, known for her role. She was Maleficent on ABC's Once Upon a Time. She was Pam de Beaufort on the HBO series True Blood. But here's the deal. She played Jillian, or Gillian with a G, and her nickname was Man Hands on Seinfeld, season 8, episode 3, called The Bizarro Jerry. It
Yeah.
aired on October 3rd, 1996. She was his date. She was very pretty. She was perfect, except she had one flaw: huge, strong hands. And he called her Man Hands. I read the story, and actually, there was a crew member whom Jerry Seinfeld met in acting classes. His name was James Rekart, Rekart. His hands were the ones they showed on the screen. It wasn't the actresses. So Kristen Bauer Van Straten got targeted as Man Hands, but it wasn't her. So happy birthday, Kristen.
I saw that episode, and I'm glad to know that those were not her hands. So
Yes, I think we were all happy to know that. You've got a major in memoriam birthday here. Why don't you do it?
yeah, as we move on to those, I have Tina Turner, born in 1939, passed away in 2023 at the age of 83. She was born Anna Mae Bullock, singer, songwriter, actress, and author, dubbed the Queen of Rock and Roll. I loved Tina Turner.
Yep.
Her vocal prowess, dynamic voice, and electrifying stage presence helped break racial and gender barriers in rock music. She is one of the best-selling music artists of all time, with worldwide sales of 100 million records. My gosh, no wonder I'm tongue-tied.
Yeah, that's true.
Prominent in the 60s and the lead vocalist of the husband-wife duo Ike and Tina Turner, known for their explosive live performances with the Ikettes and Kings of Rhythm.
Yep.
After years of abuse, she embarked on a solo career in 1976. She made a comeback with her 1984 multi-platinum fifth solo album, Private Dancer. We all know that.
Oh,
And
getting goosebumps.
the single, I did too. What's Love Got to Do with It? And it's an interesting song, which I never realized what it actually meant until recently, which is interesting.
Yep.
She won the Grammy for the Record of the Year and became her only number one hit on the Billboard Hot 100. I'm shocked to learn that.
I am too. I didn't know that till I researched it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Her
Wow.
worldwide chart success continued with Let's Stay Together. Know that. Better Be Good to Me. Know that. Private Dancer.
Yep.
We Don't Need Another Hero. That's from that movie Thunderdome with,
Yep.
I can't remember his name now, but It's Only Love. Typical Male, The Best. I love that one. I Don't Want to Lose You. I Don't Want to Fight. And GoldenEye. So many good songs.
Great.
Her Break Every Rule World Tour became the highest grossing tour by a female artist of the 1980s and set a Guinness World Record for the then largest paying audience in concert, 180,000 people. That's amazing.
1980s. Yep.
Yep. She has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and on the St. Louis Walk of Fame. She was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, once with Ike in 1991 and once as a solo artist in 2021. She was the 2005 recipient of the Kennedy Center Honors and a Woman of the Year Award. I can only won it once. I can't feel like she should have it every year. Pre-fame, as a teenager, she was a domestic worker in Ripley, Tennessee, a self-professed tomboy, which is so interesting because of all those outfits that she wore on stage.
No.
Definitely girly. She joined the cheerleading squad and the female basketball team. After high school, she worked as a nurse's aide in a hospital. I can see her doing that for sure. She was amazing.
R.I.P. Tina Turner. And what this bio didn't mention is those legs.
Oh,
Those
right.
legs went on forever. I think she remarried a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken. I think there was somebody, unless I'm confusing her with Elizabeth Taylor, but Tina Turner was a force. She was fabulous. That voice, those eyes, when she strutted across the stage, nobody ever forgot it. So R.I.P. 83, good for her. Wow, we miss her. We miss her. Before I dissolve into tears here, let's go to our social media star birthdays. We've got a couple of good ones here. Happy birthday to Xavier Jaffrey. He is 32. He has 3.8 million subscribers. Okay. He's a comedian. His comedic video content became popular through his Facebook page, where he has 2.2 million likes. More than that. Wow, that's a kind of a lot. His videos take aim at, well, he grew up, I believe, in Pakistan, or Pakistan, as they say, and a South Asian Canadian family culture. Yes, they moved to Canada. He talks about and makes fun of family culture, traditions, and traits. I won't go there. He won the 2021 PISA, P-I-S-A, Vlogger of the Year award, and his video in 2017 called There Were Two Types of Siblings has a mere 12 million plus views. Patti, can you imagine having a video that got even a million views, much like 12?
I can't even imagine having 100 views on there, but there are two types of siblings. It's really intriguing to me. I mean, I have three siblings, so I have to take a look at that video now and
Okay,
see.
there you go. See how much you learned already by being on my show. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm all calm down.
Next up, we have YouTube star Marcello Barenghi. He is 55 today. Happy birthday to you. He has 2.6 million subscribers and over 472 million views. Can't even. Astonishing. He posts hyper-realistic 3D art draw-throughs and tutorials. He has 600,000 plus followers to his trick art-centric Instagram account. Pre-fame, he graduated with a degree in illustration from the School of Applied Art at Castello Borsecco in Milan. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Close enough.
And a master's in architecture from the Politecnico del Milano. But I do have to say, I did look at him. His art is amazing. It's so realistic. It's beautiful. I mean, it's just
I
Well,
have to go look. See, I'm
you're
bringing
right.
people to social. I research these once in a while. I go to their pages. I will
Yeah.
take a look. Marcello Barenghi, happy birthday. And part of the reason I picked him for this, there's so many people to pick from with birthdays today, but because of the 472 million views, but not only that, he has hundreds of thousands on his Insta as well. And Patty, I've noticed that people who are stars in one social platform tend to be sharing their content across other platforms as well. So they'll have a lot on Insta and on TikTok and on YouTube. They're busy.
Busy.
Speaking of Insta, we're going to go to a young man named Glow Jays, Glojays. His real name is Justin Christopher Keith. He is 26. Happy birthday. He only has 900,000 plus followers, and that typically doesn't qualify him for my list. I like to go at least at 1.5 million, but he's here because he has over 20 million TikTok views. What does he do? He's a comedian. We have more comedy here. He posts short videos about everything from his family to his relationships to school, and his content has a warm heart to it because he likes to help people in need. He also funneled his social audience to his Twitter account. See? Okay, so we've got multiple platforms. His TikTok video about getting a woman's phone number, I don't know what that has to do with helping people, has over 20 million views. I have to look at that. What do you think? Should we go watch that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, the world needs laughter. So if it's funny, it's funny,
I
right?
agree. That's
Lighten
true.
things up. Lighten things up. Next, we have TikTok star Solomon Berg, also known as Solomon Solo Flow. He is 24 today. Happy birthday, Solomon or Solo. 1.6 million followers and 10 million views on TikTok. Free runner and trampoline artist who posts his risky stunts and feats of athletic prowess. He would give me what my grandkids call popcorn. When I get nervous, I say, "Oh my gosh, you're making me popcorn." I'm sure I would. I'm sure I would be so nervous watching this guy. His backflip and water challenge video on YouTube has had over 10 million views since 2021.
I think we need
Amazing.
to do a track for that's for the comedians and that's for hugging for let's do a regular cheer. This is for solo. Bravo on your risky stunts and don't make Patty make too much popcorn, please.
Nervous.
Okay, good. We don't want Patty. So happy birthday to Solo Flow, to Glow Jays, to Marcello, and to Xavier. Happy, happy birthday. And now let's go to we have two. I call these wacky holidays, but they're really not that wacky. They're just really interesting. So the number one, I'm going to lead this, kick this off, and then Patty will do the number two holiday. We have Good Grief Day, and it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And those of you who know Charlie Brown, Charles Schultz, you would know that good grief was the famous catchphrase of the iconic cartoon character Charlie Brown. It celebrates the life work of Charles Monroe Sparky Schultz. He was born today in 1922 in Minneapolis. As a child, he grew dozens of cartoons. He was inspired by cartoons he admired. He looked at it, I guess, in newspapers and the world around him. He also loved museums, Patty. He loved to look at the art because they didn't have internet back then. He loved the art of Pablo Picasso, Edward Hopper, and Andrew Wyatt. So he was into art. Go ahead, Patty.
Amazing. And in 1937, Schultz loved drawing and sometimes drew his family dog, Spike, who ate unusual things such as pins and tacks. I can't even imagine right now
Nope.
a dog eating that stuff. In 1937, at age 15, Schultz drew a picture of Spike and sent it to Ripley's Believe It or Not. His drawing appeared in Robert Ripley's syndicated panel captioned, "A hunting dog that eats pins, tacks, and razor blades." Razor blades is owned by C.F. Schultz, St. Paul, Minnesota, and drawn by Sparky. Schultz's drawings were rejected by his high school yearbook. So sad. A 5 foot tall statue of Snoopy was placed in the school's office 60 years later. After graduating, Schultz took a correspondence course from art instruction schools. That's so funny. I remember seeing those commercials when I was a kid.
Do you? I have to play this for the high school.
Oh, I know.
Shame
Right.
on you. Just shame on you. What a chance they missed out on. But
See?
it turns around. Is that something? Wasn't good enough. It was good enough for Ripley's, but not good enough
But
for the
not
high
for the
school.
high school
Yeah, I know.
yearbook.
Well, they might have been a little stuffy. In 1947, after he returned from military service during World War II in Europe, he came back in 45. And in 47, he got his first weekly series in a cartoon he called Little Folks, L-I apostrophe L, Little Folks. It drew the attention of mega publishers, United Feature Syndicate in 1950, who said, "Hey, Charles, why don't you go ahead and develop a weekly comic strip for us. And we know what happened after that. Patty,
We
take us to
do.
1950.
October 2nd, Peanuts debuted in 7 newspapers and would become the longest running comic strip in history, running until Schultz's death in the year 2000. From the eccentric beagle Snoopy and his worrywart owner Charlie Brown to the colorful supporting characters, logical Woodstock the bird, antagonist Lucy Van Pelt, and spunky Peppermint Patty, she was a fave, Schultz's creations brought laughter and joy to millions around the world. In 1957 and 1961, Schultz illustrated 2 volumes of Art Linkletter's books, Kids Say the Darndest Things. Love that.
Me
And
too.
in 1964, he illustrated a collection of letters, Dear President Johnson, by Bill Adler. He was
Patty,
amazing.
I
Amazing.
have to tell you, I was a big fan of Art Linkletter's Kids Say the Darndest Things, and it was a
Yeah.
book, but there was also a TV show where he'd
Mhm.
get a panel of young kids and he'd ask them questions, and the things that came out of their mouths, unfiltered, parents were just, the word I'm going to use is schwitzing in the audience. But I tried that on my TV show. I had a TV show on Long Island called Something to Talk About, and I polled the community and I said, who wants to bring their kids age between, I think, 9 and 11 to the show? And the parents were invited. We set up chairs in the studio, and I didn't ask embarrassing questions like, why does your mom yell at your dad or anything like he had asked some really dicey questions, nothing too off color, but it was very, very interesting. I don't know if I still we were mastering to 3/4 inch tape back in the day when I was doing that show. And then we digitalized some of those. I don't know if I still have that episode, but I did a Kids Say the Darndest Thing on my TV show, modeled after. And then I wanted to get the book, so I had to buy them as used books. Years later, I think I found them on Amazon. Kids Say the Darndest. I might still have one here among my 1,000 books on my shelves. So,
Right.
1965, fast forward, Peanuts is considered one of the greatest cartoon series in history because complex humor, but simple, philosophical, psychological, social commentary. See, when you just do it mildly, you don't make a big scream about it. People listen, they watch. Multiple Peanuts TV and film iterations were made, notably the 1965 TV special. Everybody knows this, A Charlie Brown Christmas, which continues to run in syndication today. Go ahead, Patty, we got more.
Yes, the cartoon in 1984, the Cartoon Art Museum, CAM, opens in California, the only museum in the Western U.S. dedicated to the preservation and exhibition of all forms of cartoon art. It was co-founded by Troubadour Press publisher Malcolm White and other comic art enthusiasts. CAM at first had no fixed location, organizing showings at other museums and corporate spaces. In 1987, with the help of an endowment from cartoonist Charles Schulz, it established a home on the 2nd floor of the San Francisco Call Bulletin building in the South of Market, Soma area. Call Bulletin building. That's a tongue twister too.
Yeah, isn't it? Okay, I didn't know about that, and I thought it was interesting that comic art enthusiasts. I'm glad that they got together, but it was homeless in the beginning. That was interesting. In 1998, which was 14 years later, Cam debuted the Sparky Award. That was Charles M. Schultz's nickname, Sparky, in honor of his lifetime achievement of him and other prominent creators in the field of cartooning and animation who embody the talent, the innovation, and the humanity of Charles M. Schulz. The award, sponsored by the Charles M. Schulz Museum, includes a statuette of Snoopy holding a pen and leaning on an inkwell. I should have had a picture of that. Multiple winners are announced each year until 2011. They took 6 years off. What the heck? Maybe people weren't doing cartoons. I don't know. And the award was again presented starting again in 2007. The most recent award was given in 2022. So Sparky Awards, whoever you are, I'd love to see your cartoons. We got to go find them, Patty.
Yeah, we do. And in 2000, cartooning titan Charles Schulz, 77, passes away, ending Peanuts about his characters' names. Oh, ending Peanuts, the whole thing.
Yes.
His characters' names. Charlie Brown, the principal character of Peanuts, was named after Schultz's co-worker at Art Instruction. I had no idea that
Thought
Charlie
you'd
Brown's
appreciate this.
characters were based on real people, and the fact that he's like letting people know that these characters
Yes.
were based on real people is amazing
Yes.
to me.
Yes.
As an author, just saying.
Yes.
Yeah, so Charlie Brown was based on his co-worker at Art Instruction, and Charlie Brown's parents were Charles Schultz's parents. Schultz's father was a barber and his mother was a housewife. Linus and Shermy were named for his good friends Linus Maurer and Sherman Plepler, and
Yeah.
Pepper Patty was inspired by Patricia Swenson, who was a cousin on his mother's side. Schultz devised her name when he saw peppermint candies in his house. So he just put them peppermint patty together, and history.
I put that in there for you. I thought you'd get a
Yeah,
kick out of that. And in 2002, the Charles Schultz Museum and Research Center, see, it's getting bigger and bigger, and the purpose is getting bigger, opened in Santa Rosa, California. The museum is home to many of the original Peanuts comic strips. I bet it's a joy to go there, as well as other artwork by Schultz. Two works by Japanese artist Yoshiteru Otani dominate the Great Hall. Patty, I can't believe this, 3.5 ton wood sculpture. Can you even imagine a wood sculpture that big, depicting the evolution of Snoopy, and a 22-foot high, I'm about 5 feet, I don't know how tall you are, ceramic mural made of 3,588 Peanuts comic strips that
wow.
combine to form the image of Lucy holding the football for Charlie Brown to kick it. I gotta go. I gotta go research this. Charles Schultz Museum and Research Center. The museum's permanent exhibits include a work by Christo. We know who Christo is, depicting Snoopy's doghouse. Foreign language editions of Peanuts books. Okay, had to be translated. Charles Schultz's personal studio and other artist tributes to him. Inside the museum are 3 rotating galleries with exhibits that change every year. Did you know there was a museum and research center
I
named after him?
I did not, and but I'm the whole Lucy with the football is iconic. Like I'm not surprised that they have a big statue of that. So that's
So
amazing.
that's why we're celebrating Good Grief Day today in
Yeah.
a very joyful way. And good grief, seriously, 3.5 ton wood sculpture and 22-foot high ceramic mural?
Oh,
Good grief. Okay, I had to get that in there. You've got the next holiday. We're going from cartoons to music.
to
Patty.
this National Jukebox Day. Who would have thought? I never knew that. This is so much fun to learn. And in 1889, Lewis Glass and William S. Arnold, managers of the Pacific Phonograph Company, created the first jukebox called a nickel in the slot phonograph at the time. This revolutionary device was displayed at the Palais Royal Saloon in San Francisco, California, on November 23rd, 1889. That I had no idea that it came out that so long ago
I
either.
know, I know.
It saw instant success, making over $4,000 back then. So in this day and age, it's over $120,000 in the first year it would have been,
Okay.
and inspired different versions. Phonograph parlors with multiple nickel in the slot phonographs spread across America and Europe. And by definition, a jukebox is a partially automated music playing device, usually coin operated, that plays a user selected song from a self contained media library. That again, no idea they came out that I thought jukeboxes came out in the 50s.
I know, and that's where we became familiar with them in diners. That's where diners, but
Yeah.
we're going to find out how they got on TV later.
Yeah.
1905, as the jukebox expansion and popularity increased, record manufacturers developed methods to produce record copies more efficiently. They needed more records. Amplifiers were developed so large groups could listen simultaneously, meaning put a damn speaker in the thing so people could hear it all over the diner or the nightclub. And a disc record replaced the phonograph cylinder, which was the original type. In 1905, John Gable presented the Automatic Entertainer to the world, which had 24 song selections. Big whoop. That was a lot in those days.
That
Better than
was
5 or 6. Go ahead.
right. In 1928, Justice P. Seberg manufactured a multi-select jukebox with amplifiers called the Audiophone, with 8 separate turntables, allowing people to choose different records.
8 turntables. So that wasn't the only automatic part was you picked which record on which turntable. That must have
Right.
been a big box. 1930s, the jukebox took a hit when radio, which was free entertainment, turn the thing, you bought the radio and then you could hear whatever you want, emerged in the 1920s, and jukebox said, well, what do we need that for? Then the Great Depression in the 1930s, people didn't have money to spend on recreation. They weren't buying records. They weren't going out that much. After the Depression, it's time to start living again, and jukeboxes bounced back in popularity.
Yes. And in 1935, the term jukebox is believed to have originated in the southern U.S., derived from juke joints, which were informal southern establishments for drinking, dancing, and gambling. Sounds like some, naughty stuff happening there. The word juke likely comes from the Gullah word juke or jug, meaning disorderly, rowdy, or wicked.
There you go.
Coin-operated music machines became popular, they were initially called jukeboxes because they were placed in these juke joints.
Uh-huh.
Since then, the jukebox popularity has grown and its form has evolved from a wooden box with listening tubes to colorful lights, metal, Art Deco designs, and even bubbles. And those are the ones that I know from the diners.
There you go. In 1967, we're jumping ahead here. The Rock-Ola, ROCK-OLA 434 Concerto Jukebox. And if anybody's having trouble understanding this, juke is Juke. I just want to spell that because it sounds like jute almost, which is a rope, like jute and hemp. No, this is jukebox. The interior, here we go, Patty, was
Yeah.
shown in the credit sequence for the TV show. Wa da da da, Happy Days. I'm going to kill that one too. Season 11 and the final season, they showed the inside of the Rock-Ola 434 Concerto Jukebox. It played up to 50 45 RPM records with a horizontal playback mechanism. And a little bit of history here. 400,000 jukeboxes were sold in 1937 by this Rock-Ola company brand, which predated the rock and roll era by 2 decades. And some people say Rock-Ola inspired the term rock and roll. I'm going to take a drink here. I'm all choked up here. Go ahead, Patty.
Sure, I never knew that either. But that makes sense. 1998, TouchTunes launches the first digital jukebox network, allowing people to search and browse a digital library of 750 songs. How long is it going to take me to look through all that music? Because I want to see what I want to get, right? I want to keep
Yep.
looking.
There you
Traditional
go.
modern jukeboxes contain records, compact discs, or digital files, and allow users to select songs through mechanical buttons, a touchscreen, or keypads. They were found in diners, bars, and entertainment venues throughout the 20th century. The cost of a modern jukebox varies depending on feature, size, and brand, typically from $100 for a small home use model to over $15,000 for full-sized commercial-grade machines. Wow.
I'm guessing there are a lot more with all the fancy schmancies, but I
I,
remember in the diner you'd have a little
yeah,
selector on the table and you'd put your quarter in and it would play. But the question I think was, I think everybody in the diner heard it. So you had to think about what kind of music would people, if they know I'm the one who put the quarter in the jukebox selector at my little table. It was like a little window
yeah,
with the records, and you'd flip a little a switch, not a dial, a button at the bottom, use a little
yeah,
handle,
yeah,
and the pages would go, and you get to right. Remember, Pat, and you get to pick
yeah,
which song, and then you put the money, and you'd pick. Oh, it'd be like A23 or
right.
B92, and you'd pick the letter and the number, and then it would go to the big jukebox, and it would play, and everybody in the diner had to listen to it. I know.
I'm so not self-aware. I didn't really care. I just played whatever I wanted and I
I
didn't even
knew
think about
I
other people.
knew I liked you. In 2016, at least two companies were still manufacturing classically styled jukeboxes based on a CD playing mechanism. No more records, CDs. Rockola, the one we just talked about, based in California, and Sound Leisure or Leisure, based in Leeds in the UK. In April 2016, Sound Leisure showed a prototype of a vinyl rocket at the UK Classic Car Show. I don't even know what that is. It stated it would start production of the 140 7-inch vinyl selector, which was 70 records in the summer that year. I wonder if it was 7-inch. I wonder if it was going in a car. I think that was the point, right?
I don't
At
know.
the car
Interesting.
show.
In 2016, though, that's bizarre to me. So
At the
interesting.
car show. Yeah, I got to look up vinyl rocket. And you've got the last one here, and then we're going to close this up.
In 2017, TouchTunes announces the first National Jukebox Day on the anniversary of the nickel and the slot phonograph installation, the day before U.S. Thanksgiving.
There we go, Patty.
Okay.
It's absolutely, that's not a jukebox. That's my Apple Music. I created this song on Suno. Yes, I told Suno. Disco, lots of horns, and some words. Happy birthday. It's your day. Happy Lee, it's been delicious having you on the show. Come back again, please. I'd love to have you back. I wish you a happy, I like to say, a gratitude stuffed turkey tomorrow.
Thank you.
Not too much tryptophan, though. I'm not a football fan, so I got to be careful of all that. Anyway, Patty and I are going to say goodbye. Let me lower the music. And I'm grateful to so many people for joining me on this show, which I started a few months ago. Patty, I think you are co-host number 65 already, close to that. My goal is 75 before the end of the year, not age, number of people. So we're going to say goodbye to social. Wave goodbye.